everyone and welcome to my channel. So in today's video I thought I would do something a little bit different and do a what I eat in a day video. I'm currently trying to shed a few pounds, more like a few stones, after having my second baby. I'm really not loving my body at the moment because I've had 2 children now and it's a little bit more difficult the second time round. But after I had Penelope first time round, I joined Slimming World. In Slimming World, I managed to lose 2.5 stone in a really short space of time. And I found the diet really easy to stick to, and I found that I was eating quite a lot of food. The recipes were really good and my husband really enjoyed them as well, because the meals that all the family can enjoy. So for those of you that may be looking to join Slimming World or don't really know much about Slimming World, you basically have like 4 steps. So the first step is you'll pick all your free food, and what I mean by free food is you can eat as much of this food as you want and there are no penalties on the diet for it, so like vegetables and meats and things like that. And then you will get an A allowance and a B allowance. Your A allowance is like dairy, so milk or cheese, whichever one you choose to have. You have to measure it out and you have a certain amount per day for each thing. So for example, we have whole milk in this house, so you're allowed 175 mils of whole milk a day, and then if you go over that then you have to add it to your penalties. And then you have a B allowance as well, which is stuff that is high in fibre, like cereals, and there's certain ones that you can have so much of, so you weigh them out as well. So you pick your free foods, your A and your B allowance, and then you get sin foods. So your sin foods are basically your penalties, your sins, and you get up to 15 sins a day. So you just basically have to work out what sin content is in each food. So it's best to try and like pack your plates up with as much free food as possible and try and like maximize like your A and your B allowance where you can. I picked up a few tips along the way as I was doing it, where I could substitute certain things and like make my allowances go a bit further for me, like substituting fat-free yogurt instead of milk, for example, on my cereal, so then I could use milk or cheese in other meals, just things like that. And you sort of learn that as you go along. It's a really easy diet to follow. I would recommend this diet to anyone because anyone can join in with it. It's more of a lifestyle choice. Today is day 1 and I just thought I would share with you what I'm doing, what recipes that I'm going to be cooking to help me boost my weight loss. So if you'd like to see what I'm going to eat for today, then please keep on watching. I always start the day with a full one of these full of water. I just find it really refreshing to just hydrate myself after a long sleep. And I didn't used to do this and found I was getting headaches all the time. So I've already nearly had 2 of these already because I've done a workout. And then for breakfast, I will have 1 Weetabix, which will be half of my Healthy Extra B option, and then I can save the other half of the B option for a snack later on. And then I've got some of these frozen summer fruits. These are just from Tesco and you can pick them up from different supermarkets, but I find like a bag of these will last me quite a while, so I just put a few of them on there. And then instead of using milk, I will use a Muller Lite vanilla yogurt, because I find then I save my milk, because I was using a lot of my Healthy Extra A allowance up for my cereal and then I was having to sin on my milk and cheeses, and then that way I can save my Healthy Extra A for things like brews and cheese on foods and things like that, rather than having to sin those, and then I can use my sins for better things. So for lunch I'm just making some bulgur wheat and then I'm going to mix that with a few things, and you just make it like pasta, so you boil water and just let it cook for about 10 minutes. So this is like a full plate of food. It's 75 grams of bulgur wheat, just a little bit of chicken, cucumber, not even like a full cucumber, I don't even think it was half of a cucumber to be honest with you, and then some spring onion, a bit of rice vinegar and some lemon squeeze in there. You can mix it with all kinds of things really. It's a meal that is super healthy on any diet really, but on Slimming World it is completely sin free and it's just really good. This is something that I would have avoided completely because I never used to eat cucumber. I was completely salad avoidant and it's just not something that would have tickled my fancy like quite a while ago, but now this is just something that I absolutely love to eat, and it's going to be like a staple piece in my diet because it is a really healthy option. And this is something as well that if you don't have time during the day like I do at the moment because I'm on maternity leave, you can make it the night before and prep it and just take it with you to work or wherever you go in if you're on the go. It's something you can eat cold, doesn't have to be warm, so it is something that is really good to have in your like menu for the week, because it's something that you can prep. So it's 4 o'clock and I'm getting that lull where I definitely need a cup of tea. So I've used 2 of my sins for my sugar, which are the only sins I've used so far today, and I've used my milk from my Healthy Extra A option. And because I used my 1 Weetabix as half of my Healthy Extra B option, I'm using this Alpenlight bar as the other half, and they have different flavours in these, but these are, you can have 2 of them as your Healthy Extra A, or I'm having 1 as half with the Weetabix, so therefore saving on my sins for my afternoon snack. So for dinner we are making this Spanish chicken patatas bravas, and I'm just substituting some ingredients so that it is got less sins in there. I will probably be using about 3 sins for this whole meal, and that's split between 2 of us, so it'll only be 1.5 sins for myself. And I'm just starting off by making the potatoes, and how I'm going to do these, they're going to get roasted in the oven, but instead of using the oil like it says in the recipe, I'm going to use Fry Light. So I'm just going to spray my baking tray with Fry Light, spray the potatoes with Fry Light, and then add some salt and pepper to season them. And for the roasting peppers and onions, I've done exactly the same. I've just used this Fry Light instead of oil, so I can save on my sins there because it is completely sin free. And then I've added salt and pepper to the potatoes, and then just a bit of salt to this tray here. They're going to go in at 200 degrees for about 30 minutes and then for about 20 minutes. To make my spicy stock for this recipe, I have just mixed 100 ml of boiled water with 1 tablespoon of tomato puree, which is completely sin free, and then a teaspoon of chipotle sauce. 1 teaspoon of that has 0.5 sins in there, so between 2 of us it's only 0.25 sins, so I'm not really too worried about the sin content in there. So for the next step, I'm using a chicken breast fillet, and I've just chopped that into strips. On this plate I've mixed up 2 teaspoons of paprika, smoked paprika, 2 teaspoons of ground coriander, and 1 teaspoon of sweetener. The recipe does say sugar, but I substituted that for sweetener so that it is sin free. And all of that is going to get mixed together, so I'm going to put the chicken in there and just get it covered in all those spices, and then that is going to get fried in the frying pan using Fry Light as my oil, and that will be cooked for around 3 to 4 minutes on either side. The most sins in the whole meal are in this white sauce, which is going to get sprinkled over. You don't actually have to have this, but it does make a nice addition because this has got mayonnaise in. So I've used light mayonnaise, 2 tablespoons worth, so that's 2 sins per tablespoon, but because this is going to be split between both of us, that's only 2 sins for me. I've added to that some white wine vinegar, just half a tablespoon of that, and just mixed it up to just give it more of a runny texture. To make the Bravo sauce, I've just diced a tomato and cooked that for 3 to 4 minutes on a medium heat, and then added the spicy stock sauce with the chipotle and the tomato puree in, and then cooked it for another 3 to 4 minutes, and that is my sauce ready to be put over the top. So this is the finished result, and it is around about 2 sins altogether because I didn't use all of the mayonnaise sauce on there, so I probably used like 1.5 sins for that, and the chipotle sauce was 0.5 sins, and that was split between 2 of us as well. So in total today I've used around 4 or 5 sins so far, so I'm going to allow myself to have another brew with another 2 sins, and I'm still well within my limit for today. So I'm going to leave that video here, and I'll probably do another one of these. Let me know if you like these kinds of videos, and I can upload more of what I eat in a day whilst I'm doing Slimming World. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more videos, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!